This should be it. Michael should tap, or he's going to break his arm. He's going to break his arm.
There are many UFC fighters who have gone on to public prominence, but few have a fighting resume as good as Khabib Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov has had a very successful career as a UFC fighter, and he's amassed a sizable fortune as a result of it. In today's video, we'll be discussing Khabib Nurmagomedov's rich lifestyle and how he spends his millions. Lifestyle. Net worth. Khabib's win over Conor McGregor propelled him to mega star status. Against Conor, he made almost $1,540,000. He was fined $500,000 though for the post-fight altercation. For his second championship defense against Dustin Poirier, Nurmagomedov was rewarded a whopping $6,090,000. The Eagle has earned $14,770,000 in 13 UFC fights, according to the Sports Daily. According to Celebrity Net Worth, the Eagle has a net worth of $40 million. Relationship and family. Nurmagomedov married Padmaat in June 2013, and the couple has 3 children: a daughter born June 1st, 2015, a son born December 30th, 2017, and a son born December 22nd, 2019. Magomed, Khabib's great-grandfather, has the name given to the first son. No one has ever seen Padmaat's face because she puts a veil over her face when she goes out and only shows her face to her husband and family at home. Her face has only been seen by close family and friends. How he spends his millions. His home in Russia. Khabib Nurmagomedov's house is located on Nurmagomedov Street in the Dagestani settlement in Sildi, close to the Chechen Republic's border. It was named after his uncle Nurmagomedov Nurmagomedov, a Sambo world champion in the 1990s. Khabib's home appears unremarkable in comparison to the rest of the town. The only thing that makes it stylish is the view out the window of the mountains. According to the local newspaper, the house is in the Caucasus and it contains 2 modest rooms with an ottoman and mattresses, as well as a pantry with an ancient refrigerator and a little kitchen. A string of beads hangs from one nail in the wall, and a bag holding a copy of the Quran hangs from the other. The floor is covered in a faded carpet. Khabib's family was among the bulk of villagers who fled the village in the 1990s, but they kept their home. His grandfather stayed there for a while before moving down to the plains, and it was later used by many relatives, including Khabib himself, when he came to visit the village. Dagestan, Makhachkala apartment. The fighter's Makhachkala apartment is on the same block as his father's. We're building our own house, but for now we live in a multi-story building. I'm on the 2nd story, he's on the 7th, says Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. We have 1 yard, and when you go up to the 7th story, there's a compartment with 3 doors to the apartment. This is needed because of the morning school children are always coming to take pictures at the entrance. They write Khabib is champion on the walls and stuff like that. Everyone around the yard knows about it. If they see Khabib getting in a car, they rush to take pictures. If he arrives in the village, they also come running and bring their children to get a photo of Khabib with them. San Jose, California house. Khabib Nurmagomedov reportedly has a home in San Jose, California, as he spends a lot of his time here training for the UFC. Here, Khabib trains at the American Kickboxing Academy. American Kickboxing Academy, one of the country's best MMA gyms, is closed indefinitely for around 22 hours a day in San Jose, California. Khabib Nurmagomedov, the UFC Lightweight Champion, has been practicing with a skeleton crew of sparring partners and instructors during the 2 hours it's open. There's no information on the fighter's home here in San Jose, although I can imagine it's rather nice as he's quite well off in regards to money and would spend a big chunk of time here when preparing and training for fights. Car collection. Lada Priora. Khabib bought his first automobile, a Lada Priora, when he got his driver's license in his Russian hometown of Dagestan. It's a cheap car with a 98 horsepower 1.6-liter inline-4, a bigger 120 horsepower 1.8-liter engine that costs just over $2,500. It isn't recognized for its speed, but it is dependable. He didn't own it for too long though, as he reportedly sold it to fund a career in mixed martial arts, and it sounds like it was well worth it. Mercedes-Benz W124 300E. Khabib has always wanted to own a Mercedes, so when he got his first job, he bought a 300E model, which is now worth $7,000. $100,000. It was introduced in 1987 and has 178 horsepower and a top speed of 135 miles per hour. Unfortunately for Khabib, the car was totaled in an accident. Mercedes-Benz AMG GT. Khabib didn't even pay for his next ride because he has pals in high places. When Khabib started making a reputation for himself in the UFC, a Russian billionaire wanted to thank him for helping to put his nation on the MMA map. So for roughly $190,000, the billionaire bought him an AMG GT with a V8 twin turbocharged engine. Khabib, on the other hand, hasn't had much luck with Mercedes. The sophisticated motor was apparently wrapped around a pole by a friend who borrowed it. Ferrari California. Every sports star aspires to be behind the wheel of a Ferrari one day. It's the stuff of fantasies, and Khabib's been spotted driving a Ferrari California worth roughly $200,000. However, it's unknown if he leased or bought it. It's the ultimate boy's toy, capable of hitting 193 miles per hour, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4 seconds. BMW 6 Series. Khabib bought a couple of BMW 6 Series cars when his career took off, and you can't go wrong with the German manufacturer's popular powertrain. The BMW 6 Series was first introduced in 2004 and was discontinued in 2018. The car roughly costs around $55,000. Khabib did not specify which models he purchased. He loved the car so much that he in fact bought 2 of the BMW 6 Series throughout the years in different colors. Toyota Land Cruiser J200. The Land Cruiser J200 is believed to be the newest addition to Khabib's garage, with a base model costing $90,000. It's one of Toyota's most popular vehicles, and the off-road SUV series is the company's longest running. Toyota appears to be a sponsor of the UFC fighter, so I'm sure we'll see more Toyotas in the athlete's garage over time. Traveling. After his victory over Conor McGregor, Nurmagomedov used his superstardom and embarked on a worldwide trip around the globe. The fighter visited some of the most beautiful countries and cities around the world. First, Khabib visited the UAE, where he was graciously hosted by a member of the royal family. He then paid a visit to Turkey, which is a pretty popular destination for tourists from all around the globe. While in Turkey, the MMA artist also got to meet the president of the country. After that, he visited the African city of Abuja in Nigeria to carry out some charity work for impoverished children. He then paid a visit to Bahrain for a promotional fight event where he was invited as a special guest. Khabib then made his way to the beautiful city of Stuttgart, Germany, posting a photo of himself posing in front of the beautiful cityscape. Then he had a prolonged stay in France, first making a visit to the iconic Eiffel Tower in the heart of one of the most beautiful cities in the world. He also got the opportunity while staying in Paris to catch up on a football game at one of the biggest clubs in the world. Khabib had a chance to interact with some of the stars and president of the club. Khabib has been more than happy to update his followers on his Instagram account about his travel diaries, posting many photos and videos of his travel ventures. Private jet. Due to Khabib Nurmagomedov's rich lifestyle and career he's in, there's lots of travel involved between countries and cities. There's no wonder that the fighter's been spotted flying privately in jets. The fighter works hard for his money and has been extremely successful in his career, so is deserving of this luxury. Charities and foundations. Khabib flew to Uganda after his decisive victory over Conor McGregor to repair 13 wells so that people can have clean and safe drinking water. Ariel Helwani, an MMA writer, shared photos of Nurmagomedov with local children, stating that the lightweight champion was in Nigeria to repair water wells and develop new medical centers. He also released a video that looked to have been shot by Khabib, in which he can be heard discussing a broken water well and adding, "These guys simply need water here." Alongside that, Khabib assisted Dustin Poirier's charity, the Good Fight Foundation, in raising over $100,000. Khabib Nurmagomedov has had a very successful career in the UFC industry and has used his rich lifestyle and millions to create a beautiful home for his family, treat himself to a car collection, travel the world, and help those in need. He has since retired, but I'm sure he'll carry on his work with helping people and supporting his family. Thanks for watching.